Well, you know, there are surprises, and this was a wonderful surprise to have him kick off the evening rather than appear midway through. And I have to say, it's just inspiring. The Congressman's words are so inspiring to us. And I just want to say good evening to everybody. My name is Adrianne Benton Furniss, and I'm the Executive Director of the Benton Institute for Broadband and Society. And welcome to our 40th anniversary celebration. I might add this is the second one we've done, and the first party took place in Chicago in December, right as before the Omicron wave, so we sort of had a dip. But there we honored 3 people based in Illinois who are critical to our mission. And up on the screen, you see Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, who also came at an unexpected time, and we were agile and sort of plugged him in. And next to him is my mother, the 40-year trustee of the Benton Institute. And then, And then on the other side is entrepreneur, activist, and philanthropist Fred Eichner, who has supported Benton through his gifts and also underwrote Andy Schwartzman to be at Georgetown for 5.5 years. So Andy came out to Chicago and introduced him, and we were super happy about that. Tonight we're here to celebrate the Broadband for All family that's assembled. And we owe you all the success that we've enjoyed. Our board of directors and trustees are here, our experts and staff, and all of you, our friends, supporters, and collaborators. And I want to just recognize, this is always the thank you part of the event, but I want to recognize the chair of our board, Austin Hirsch, and our board members and trustees who are here tonight, and I'd love it if you all would stand. So Austin is right here, Elizabeth Daly, David Dotson, Joanne Hovis, Jim Kohlenberger, and Leon Wilson. Thanks, guys. And as Congressman Clyburn said, Mignon was supposed to be here tonight, was supposed to be a part of our conversation, and has come down with something that she was kind enough not to spread to the rest of you. So I appreciate that. And we're blessed to have wonderful experts who work with us to articulate and advance a public interest focused broadband agenda and help people understand why communications policy matters in their everyday lives. And again, I'd like to recognize the group who's come out in force tonight: Christopher Ali, Bill Coleman, Adam Eckelman, John Horrigan, Andrew J. Schwartzman, and Gigi Sohn, the President's nominee and soon-to-be FCC Commissioner. And we need a full commission. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you all are here. But look, the backbone of Benton is our staff, and so I need to mention 25-year veteran Kevin Taglang, Grace Tepper, who's been with us just about a year, Robbie Macbeth, celebrating 7 years, Rita Cook, 20 years with us, and Kip Roderick, 15 years, and Mary Beth Sova, to whom we owe thanks for organizing tonight's evening. So thank you. So on behalf of the Institute, I do want to extend our thanks to tonight's sponsors, whose support of our mission and work is so meaningful. So I will mention them, thank you. Our platinum sponsors are Edelman, Google Fiber, Kelly Dry, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Our gold sponsors are Keller and Heckman and NALA, the Lifeline Association. Our silver sponsors are the American Library Association, AT&T, CTC Energy, Technology and Energy, Dish, Reed Smith, and Twitter. And our bronze sponsors are ACA Connects, Altair Advisors, and HRNA. Listed next are our copper sponsors, our allies. It's wonderful that you're supporting the event and us, and individual sponsors for the Washington event. And we're grateful to each and every one of you for your support. So a lot of you are here tonight, and I do want everybody to give everybody a round of applause for your support. So for our anniversary, this is the P's, by the way, we set a goal of raising $400,000 for our 40th. And we wanted to launch a new chapter to meet this broadband moment and build a more inclusive future. The Marjorie and Charles Benton Opportunity Fund will help us continue the Institute's work of building a generation of scholars, practitioners, and advocates, funding critical research about the future of the internet in our communities, something the Congressman spoke so eloquently about, and creating the resources and strategies that any state or community can use to bring broadband to everyone. So with the help of the donors on the two slides, I'm proud to announce that as of, we started in September 2021, we've actually surpassed our goal, and we're now at 425,000, so that's lovely. And I can't wait to start spending the money, so stay tuned for that later. I'm going to quickly breeze through, like most of you know about Benton, but broadband is a key word in our name, and our mission to bring fast, fair, open broadband to everyone in the U.S. is about delivering opportunity and achieving equity in our society. And that's because broadband enables education, healthcare, economic development, civic engagement, and so much more. And as you heard, our broadband moment gains so much momentum from the Historic Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act and its game-changing investments in deployment and, importantly, because it's always about deployment, but this time it's also about adoption and affordability. So universal and affordable access to open and democratic communications networks, be they broadcast, cable, telephone, or broadband. This has been the focus of Benton's work for the last 40 years. And I'm so pleased that there are some staffers and executive directors who have been a part of our history in the audience tonight. And I just, again, thank you all for giving us the legs to stand on with your previous work. The infrastructure law, though, is, we like to say, about more than money. It is at its heart and at the core of Benton's mission about the values of access, equity, and diversity. And we talk about these investments bringing the infrastructure of innovation and opportunity to everyone. And to do that, we have to listen to lots of different people. We have to all these communities that are going to be churning through this money, they have to talk to their state and local policymakers, their advocates, their community anchor institutions. They have to involve philanthropy and they have to speak with representatives from vulnerable populations to plan long-term so the benefits of broadband can reach every corner of the country. This is a once-in-a-lifetime investment, and it must meet tomorrow's bandwidth needs, not just today's. We must ensure that everyone can use broadband regardless of where they live and who they are. And I agree with the congressman that if we do this right, then the impact is going to it will last for decades. So I appreciate the thank you portion being done, but now I'm going to turn it back over to Jim Kohlenberger, and just because you heard from him, I'll give a brief introduction. He is the MC for the program part of the evening. He's a Benton board member, and he is one of my most trusted advisors because he's worn so many different hats at Benton over the years. Jim is a strategist at the forefront of national technology policy efforts to channel innovation to improve people's lives, extend opportunities to more Americans, and harness technological transformation to solve critical societal challenges. Now, Kevin would say, geez, Adrianne, you just buried the lead. And so I want to say that Jim has served in not one White House, but two. He was the Chief of Staff at the Office of Science and Technology Policy during the Obama-Biden administration. But he doesn't look this old, but he was the senior domestic policy advisor in the Clinton-Gore White House, where he had a huge influence in crafting the Telecom Act of 1996 and near and dear to many in this room, the E-rate program at the Federal Communications Commission. Please, Jim.
Wow, well, thank you. What an incredible night celebrating 40 years of action and accomplishment. It's so great to see everyone, especially in person. And thank you, Adrianne, for that warm introduction and for your incredible leadership and vision, your steadfast commitment to a more inclusive digital future. You're a true champion of the public interest. Give it up to Adrianne.